China on Friday attempted to portray the latest phone call between President Xi Jinping and President Joe Biden as evidence that Beijing has the upper hand in increasingly contentious relations between the two countries, noting the US initiated the exchange as it has for most other recent high-level talks. Their call, the second between the two leaders since Biden became president, highlighted Washington's growing anxiety and need for China's cooperation on key global issues including climate change, COVID-19 fight and Afghan issues. China's English-language Global Times, considered a mouthpiece for the Chinese Communist Party, wrote in a post Friday morning, citing a series of local analysts. The White House released a far shorter readout of the exchange than the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, appearing to strike a balanced tone between outreach to Beijing for collaboration, while also holding the Chinese Communist Party accountable for its increasingly assertive actions, particularly at the expense of US allies in the region. The two leaders discussed the responsibility of both nations to ensure competition does not veer into conflict, it concluded. And though relations between the two powers are as fraught now as they have ever been, both sides appeared to project that much room remains for potential agreement between the two. Whether they can handle their relationship well bears on the future of the world, the Chinese ministry wrote. It is a question of the century to which the two countries must provide a good answer. When China and the United States cooperate, the two countries and the world will benefit. When China and the United States are in confrontation, the two countries and the world will suffer. Getting the relationship right is not an option, but something we must do and must do well. Yet despite the mutual ambitions, the relationship has become increasingly one-sided in recent months. Biden surprised many analysts and businesses with dealings in China by maintaining the harsh trade restrictions imposed by his predecessor, then President Donald Trump. And since Biden assumed power, interactions between the US and China have largely been at the invitation of American officials, including Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman's high-profile visit in late July and outreach earlier this month from John Kerry, Biden's climate change envoy. The potential for military conflict has also risen in recent weeks. China expressed outrage this week at the US decision to sail a warship through a part of the South China Sea for the first time since Beijing imposed transit restrictions there. Likewise, Taiwan raised alarm on Tuesday after revealing 19 Chinese warplanes had entered its restricted airspace. Tensions between the mainland and the island democracy, both of which claim to be the rightful government over the other, have risen precipitously in recent months amid growing US concerns China may try to annex it with force. The US and China indicated Friday that the subject came up in Biden and Xi's call, with China claiming Biden said that the US has no intention of changing its One China principle, a series of agreements that allow Washington to maintain relations with Taipei without overtly recognizing it as a sovereign nation. Despite believing it holds the advantage over the US, China acknowledged one specific area where it hoped to reach greater cooperation with the Biden administration, as the Global Times stated. To correct the willful policies made by former President Donald Trump. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe.